Hi everyone. Unity reported first quarter earnings that were absolutely impressive to stock market investors. As you can see here, I have a chart of Unity's stock price change over the last 5 days, and it's up a whopping 31%. So in this video, I'm going to review Unity's latest earnings results. I'm also going to update my recommendation on Unity stock. Heading into these earnings results, I had the stock as a hold or wait, and in this video, I will update that recommendation. So you're not going to want to miss if there was a change in my recommendation. Let's begin. Starting with revenue at Unity stock, which decreased by 2% to 500 million. That's if you compare it like for like, because the company made a big acquisition that makes its revenue look like it grew, but the revenue did not grow organically. It just added a new part of the business onto the, integrated it, and of course that makes revenue look better. But when you compare like for like, revenue decreased by 2%. The net loss worsened to 253.7 million. That was down from a loss of 177.7 million in the same quarter the last year. That said, management expects revenue to grow faster than the market it competes in. In other words, management is expecting to gain market share, which is really good news. Additionally, Unity is not left out of the AI conversation. It seems like every company now, when they release their earnings results, needs to talk about artificial intelligence, and Unity was no exception, saying, "We believe that Unity is well positioned to benefit from AI given our structural and sustainable competitive advantages." Okay, so this is not something that is new. It's Unity and many other companies are capitalizing on the popularity of artificial intelligence as a buzzword and throwing it in there whenever they can. Here's the good news. Here's, the following two bullet points are, in my opinion, why the stock price was soaring. So the company's guiding revenue of 515 million at the midpoint, which would be an increase of 7% revenue at the midpoint. Now, compare that to the previous quarter when revenue decreased by 2%. So they're expecting a step up in revenue growth. That's really good news. And they raised the guidance for the year as well. And then they reiterated their longer term target to reach 1 billion in adjusted EBITDA run rate by the end of 2024. EBITDA means earnings before interest, taxes, depreciation, and amortization. And adjusted EBITDA usually means excluding stock based compensation from that calculation as well. So, excluding interest, taxes, depreciation, amortization, and stock based compensation, the company expects to be at a run rate of $1 billion in profit in earnings by the end of 2024, which would be really, really good news. And the fact that they reiterated that commitment was a boost to the stock price, given that the most recent quarter was one with various degrees of macroeconomic headwinds where enterprises all over the place and people all over the place were decreasing and becoming more cautious in their spending patterns. And so there was a fear that Unity was actually going to lower its guidance for the year and remove that target for 2024 adjusted EBITDA profitability. So investors were pleased to see the company actually raise its target, raise its revenue outlook, and reiterate the profitability target. So all in all, good news, good quarter, um, a a step forward for Unity stock. Now, as to my recommendation, I had the stock as a hold, and I didn't see enough in this quarter to change my recommendation to a buy, I would still rate Unity stock as a hold, although I will say it moved a step closer to becoming a buy, but not quite yet. I typically, when changing a recommendation and in the middle of that, when a company has made a big acquisition, I want to see a couple of more quarters how it digests this acquisition before I upgrade the stock to a buy. All right, but that's all I've got for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I want to thank the Motley Fool for sponsoring this video. Visit fool.com/Parkev for the 10 best stocks to buy now.